Basically, Lee. What is happening? All right, so I got the big rock on deck right now. I had to wait for some parts, and then within those parts, there's something I feel like I want to well, not address, but I had talked to a man. Man, the stream is horrible. Am I on Wi-Fi? Man, the stream looks like junk. It's like doing that 5 frames per second. Is there even any volume? Yeah, there is. All right. So I had ordered a couple of parts for my 4-wheel steer big rock that I've got right here. So you can see we've got some 4-wheel steering going on. Not really the kind of 4-wheel steering that you kind of want to have going on, but you know what happened. The hub broke. Ordered a couple of parts. I do have a sandwich right there. So if you're hungry, go ahead. Grab yourself a RC Guy Garage Egg McMuffin sandwich and maybe even a little bit of coffee. Yeah. Don't mind the Patriots Cup. I'm from New England, so. I am working on a very quick short video right now. But I just wanted to jump on. Haven't done a COVID and coffee in a while. And today, the temperature's probably bumped up a little bit right now. But when I woke up this morning, it was 15 degrees out. So, Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 18 degrees Fahrenheit. By the way, did you know I can share tips on cleaning and sanitizing? Just say, Alexa, give me a cleaning tip.
No, thanks.
Right now, it's 18 degrees Fahrenheit.
Alexa, stop. Yeah, you too. Venom, what's going on, guys? So who do we got in chat? We got Chef Beardsley stopped in for a couple of seconds. He's at work. We got Dan's Bearded Adventures from England, which is pretty crazy. What's going on, man? Let's see. We got Jason Torres. What's going on, guy? Coffee is getting cold, right? Yep. Venom, what's going on, man? Woody Craftsman, what's happening, man? So sometimes when ordering stuff, which I think is right here, sometimes when ordering stuff, there's a little bit, boy, this stream is junk. I might just have to end this. Why is the stream so horrible, man? I can see what you guys are seeing. It's doing like the 5 frames per second. Wow, I might just have to end this. This is junk, man. Wow. Well, anyways, I got a bunch of parts for the big rock. I don't know if this stream is going to work. And sometimes when, I guess when ordering, you have to be careful. And I want to say it might be any site, but at least I know with A-Main right now, I didn't get a chance to check on the other sites. But I know like with A-Main, you can type in the vehicle, right? And then you type in standard parts. So like, well, you don't type it in, but you go to the vehicle and then on Horizon's site, they'll give you standard parts or parts that, you know, you need for the vehicle if you need to work on it or fix or whatever. And then they have option parts. And then as far as I'm aware on that site, you know, and the same thing with the actual ARRMA site themselves, that at least you're getting hopefully the right parts. Well, what I've noticed with A-Main, you have to be careful because even though you're looking under what's called standard parts, they may be parts that are actually associated to the previous model, and that's what happened with me. So I've got to actually I'm going to give A-Main a call and say, hey, you know, I ordered parts for my Big Rock V3 through your website, and this wheelie bar came. Now, I don't even know if this wheelie bar is going to work, but this isn't the wheelie bar that I want because I like the way the V3 wheelie bar actually is. So you got to be careful. You got to check part numbers. I am going to call A-Main. I'm going to address that, figure it out, see what's going on, see if there's a way that, you know, maybe they can, because I don't want to have to pay to send this back. That's kind of dumb. But I'm going to find out what they're going to do for me See if it's something that they feel they'll square away or whatever. It's worth a shot. Like I said, I'll do a video on that so that you'll know what happened. I did get a couple of other parts. Some of these parts aren't really parts that are necessary right now. I did get the skid plates front and rear. I did get the ARRMA plastic spur gear, which I haven't decided what I was going to do because I also have this tank. This thing's a tank. When you talk about a gear, like in weight, massive difference. So while there's a benefit and a drawback between the two. So obviously the hot racing, what the benefit is going to be, less chance of breakage or stripping or whatever. But then again, less load, less weight, less everything on this gear. And I do believe a lot of other people are thinking kind of around that same way that with the ARRMA Big Rock. The reason why it's surviving so well is because of its lightweight. Somebody actually did say to me, I think it's Frank Sluga. Frank Sluga is always trying to cause a hard time. But Frank Sluga is calling me out, telling me to do a Jesus walk with the Big Rock. I'm gonna. So because he said that, he's a major Traxxas fan. And somebody else said that I bag on Traxxas all the time. And it's like, guy, I don't bag on Traxxas. I bag on my X-Max, my trash bag, because that's what it is. My X-Max is a total trash bag. So I've got a couple of parts for the Big Rock that I wanted to swap out today. I don't know how deep I'm going to get into it. Obviously, I got I'm supposed to have the hubs. Oh, the hubs are upstairs. I also got the Big Rock black chrome bumpers because they're the same cost, I believe, and I just wanted to have the black chrome because I like the black chrome. I think it looks pretty cool. So I don't know if the plastic's like any more resilient or if the plastic's any less flexible because of the chrome. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe the bumper is that much stronger because it's got a chrome coating on it. But my chassis is cracked. I'm just going to run it, man. I may try and shore up that area only because that's where the battery is. And from as many smashes as I've had, I do believe that when I go ahead and redo this, when I get a new chassis for it, because right now the chassis are out of stock. When I get a new chassis for this, it's only $20. But when I get a new chassis for this thing, I think I want to put foam on the bottom of where the battery is going to lay because those hard packs that I use, which is the pack still in here? No. The hard packs that I use are obviously causing damage. Bait, what's going on, guy? KGM, what's going on, guy? Have Earl weld your chassis? Yeah, I don't know, man, because Earl's not having too much luck with his plastic repairs. And that's something that we know, too, is that plastic has a certain amount of flexibility. And then when you introduce melted plastic to that, it loses that flex. So he came across that. So, and while it did work, Bait, what's going on, guy? Did I see your Facebook post? I believe I did, but just keep in mind, man, my memory is blown. Yes, did I see your Facebook post? What was it about? I'm trying to remember. You did post something on there. I'm pretty sure I put a thumbs up. I don't even know, guy. You'll have to remind me. You'll have to remind me what it was. Yes, the shocks. Right. The shocks, yeah. Jeremy, good morning. Anyone else thinks they cracked their steering wheel only to find out it wasn't. It wasn't. It was a bad servo instead? Yeah. Wood is better, right? Wood is good, right? They've always said wood is good. Yeah, it definitely has a certain amount of flexibility in it, but yeah, but I think like what Earl, I mean, Earl knows himself too. There's a certain amount of just flexibility you lose. He got the thing out there. He was able to rip it, but granted, I don't really think he had major contact. I think it was literally just the shock of the impacts, I believe, is what broke the wing on his last video that he just did. Also, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Chef Beardsley because he's been really stepping up his game. Now, what you don't know is that he's one of the well, you might know, Chef is one of the moderators on Facebook, and he's been putting, I don't know if you've noticed, but his videos are getting better and better. So you can see he's putting work into it, and he's getting a certain amount of frustrated because the program that he uses like sometimes messes up his audio. So he's been having a rough time, but man, go check out his channel. He just did a nice Sorry Earl Moorhead X-Max bash on the Snap-on box truck body. And yeah, he didn't hold back. He sent it. Addicted to RC was there, and somebody he calls Burnsy was there as well. So, and then there's also I think there's a link he said in his description if you wanted to see the aftermath, or if you want to see what Addicted had to do to his truck because he locked his car keys or his truck keys in his truck. So Chef did say that there was a link. I'm not sure if he like remembered to put it on there. I didn't check. I was actually watching his video and I lost track of time, and that's why I was like a minute late getting to the stream. But yeah, this Big Rock is great. I think you got to watch out for weight. It's all plastic. I've beaten this thing, so a $20 chassis, I'll laugh at that. No big deal. But now I know to pad out the battery tray with some type of a foam that's going to take the shock. I think they have like a stripe of foam that's in there, but it doesn't do anything. So putting, I think, foam in there is going to help hopefully get rid of the cracking, at least the cracked chassis that I had point blank, just because of the battery smashing. Basically, the battery smashed through the chassis. So I'm still going to run it the way it is. I am going to do a water crossing with this thing. I'll just do it like how I did with the Monster Mojave. That thing is unbelievable. That thing needs now a total tear down and a rebuild. And I haven't decided what I was going to do about the differentials because I need to inspect and see what happened with the diffs. I really feel that the rock jamming inside that front diff, I actually think that's what blew my rear differential, because here I am giving it 6S power with this 160 amp ESC, and you could hear clicking. And I was thinking maybe the clicking was ring and pinion. It still could have been. I don't know. But when I found that rock, although I think when I got rid of the rock, did another rock get jammed in there? I don't even know. I haven't inspected the truck. I mean, literally, like, after the bash and after I was done, I left it inside, not inside the truck. I left it outside the truck. It was just sitting in the bed for a couple of days. So, yeah, I actually took it in. I actually finally took it inside last night or not last night, but right before the snow hit. So we got more snow yesterday. So anyways, I got a little short video coming up on that. This stream is junk, man. Even the quality's horrible. I don't even think I'm going to be able to keep this going. It's wicked bad. I have to move wicked slow for it to not digitize? Why is it being so junky? I wonder if, like, it is on Wi-Fi. If I shut that off, what happens? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 4.5 second delay. Right? Mojave outside drying in the rain. You know it, guy. It had to get washed somehow. Green Frog, what's going on, guy? You also got some new faster fans to put in the motor. You'll be, oh, nice, man. Very good. Josh, got that Ford hat on. Figured you'd be talking about stuff breaking down. Hey, you're absolutely right, guy. Listen, what I love about people that talk about Ford fix or repair daily, first on race day, what I love about it, here's what you guys don't think about, okay? Ford has been creating the better mechanic for years. They've got it down. Like, if you want your car repaired, take it to a Ford tech. Take it to a Ford mechanic, because he'll know what he's talking about when it comes to mechanics. He's got tons of experience, and so do I. Should I change my hat and throw a Chevy hat on? Chevy Racing? Ford? Found on, you know it, guy. Found on road dead. Fix or repair daily. First on race day. There's also another one. Has anybody, and nobody should type it in because it, there's another one out there, okay? And one of my guys from years ago, that guy that I tell you about, Butchie, I've talked about him. He's the guy that was a mechanic. Not a mechanic. He was a comedian. He told me this one Ford one, and he wasn't good with cars, right? So when he said it, I was so like, "What's this? Something wrong with you? You can't read?" Like, I was like, "You can't read?" I'm like, "Dude, it clearly says Ford," and he was like, "Nah, man," because, you know, he had a specific way of speaking. He was like, "Nah, man." He goes, "When did you get that new Dodge?" And I was like, "Dude, what are you talking about? It's a Ford." And he goes, "No, it ain't, man." He goes, that thing's a Dodge. Right? Ford, right? Ready? You can't say the bad word because you'll be deleted. Effed over rebuilt Dodge. And I was rolling. I mean, I was just like, he got me. He got me so good. And it was like, he was like, "Nah, man, those Fords are just Dodges." And I'm like, "What are you talking about, guy?" So yes. Effed over rebuilt Dodge. I thought that was a good one. But anyways, I'm going to jump into working on this big rock. I don't even know how far I'm going to take it. I do know that I have some bearings that they're not blown out, but I do want to pull them apart, throw them in the juice, get them cleaned up. And obviously I'll repack them with the grease. This is the grease that I use. I don't use a bearing oil. I pack them with grease. Reason why I use this stuff, and actually I have a new one. So I'll be switching over to, so this is the one that I was always using. This one, which is basically the same thing. I'm going to be switching over to this one, and I don't understand why it's less money. But it's less money. And I think because, like, oddly, one says that it's silicone. So, but these are the products that I use for when it comes to ring and pinion. I use Permatex. This is a brake parts lubricant. So it's not, you know, it's designed for RCs. So it's designed for automotive use. But what I have found is that this stuff works absolutely great. Now, this is the stuff that I normally use. It's the bright orange. And now what I'll be switching to right now, just to try, is, you ready? We're going for purple. So we'll see. We'll see what the difference is. One might be, it almost seems like this might be, I don't know. Definitely smells different, I'll tell you that. It almost seems to have a slightly thicker consistency. So there might be the possibility that I don't like that one because this one's thinner. It has a thinner consistency. So it might mean that this might not be as good as the other one, but I'm going to find out. There is a little temperature gauge on there. What's the little temperature gauge thing saying? Oh. So this one, so one is good for minus 40 degrees, minus 50 degrees. So this one right off, it's a thicker lube, so I might be able to use less and it coat the gears the same way. It's just the unknown is, and I'm going to use it on the Big Rock. The unknown is whether if this one is the better one to use. I kind of almost suspect that this is the better one to use, the orange. That's probably why it's more money. The way it slings the fluid, I like. This one, more solid, more sticky. So we'll see. I might not like this. I might actually have to use this in the garage. Might have to actually get one of these ones again. But for ring and pinion, that's what I use on every single RC that I pull apart. Gets that junk right there. So if you get coffee, it's time to start drinking your coffee, or if you have an iced tea or tea, whatever you want. And don't forget, wonderful breakfast sandwich right there. The RC Guy Garage Special. But I gotta go get the hubs, so I will be right back. So we'll train this right on the Big Rock. The four-wheel steer Big Rock. Don't you be looking at my sandwich. What's wrong with you? All right. So this is what I received in the mail. It came in a blister pack type of thing. This was for the Big Rock. What's in here cost me $20 shipped to my door. All these parts. So it came with the rear hubs, left and right, with bearings, which I could not pass that up. Same thing, but this came with the C hubs. So I've got, excuse me, I got the C hubs. I got the kingpins, both top and bottom, plus those little sleeves and the bearings. So left and right, both front and rear, $20 shipped to my door. I mean, how could you not buy that? That, I think, right there was a total score. So I was kind of shocked, like what I was getting for $20. I think it's a great deal. So I think it was like $16 or $18 or something, and just a couple bucks for shipping. So I was just like, wow. And I don't think even, if I remember right, Jenny's didn't even have this stuff in stock. Either Jenny's didn't have it in stock or they were that much more. There was also a Canadian one, which for the people in Canada, that's probably great, but for me, that doesn't work out. So, boy, there's something else I'm noticing about. Isn't it funny how you like start to notice things after the fact when you got a piece in your hand? ARRMA really did do some thinking on this part, man. So it even has a stop. There's a stop built in. What the heck? And even, not that this matters, this guard really doesn't matter right here, technically, because of the way, you know, I mean, the vehicle's going forward. You're not going to really get junk onto that, but they still put a little guard integrated. And I didn't even notice that before. Just the little tiny touches that, you know, this company is putting into their parts, man. Definitely, they're definitely thinkers, man, when it comes to certain things. Like these rear guards. The rear guards that protect the actual axle or the U-joint. I thought that was pretty cool. So that's the side that's blown out. So that's the side that I'm going to check out. All right. Need to get something to put this truck up on. So you can see we got the four-wheel steer here. And I did break that free at one point, so it should be pretty easy to get off now. Yeah. All right, James George, you're here. James George, I can see you right now. So you obviously are you're not blocked or anything. Is this the first live that you've been? Yeah, I think this is the first live you've been back into. So the pin just popped out. So that's fine. James George, I'm glad you're able to comment. For some reason, James George was having a hard time being involved with the chat. It wasn't letting him come in or something. I think he thought he was blocked or something happened. It was weird. Lauren, what's going on, guy? Shade Tree, Barbecue. Phil, what's going on, Philip? So what I had noticed was the bearing on, it was either the outer bearing or the inner bearing. Yeah, the outer bearing. Inner bearing feels mint, but the outer bearing has a little bit of funkiness to it. So I'm going to clean it out and see if I can see what's going on, pop out the seals, use the magnification on this thing to pop those seals out and get a good look at it. Sergeant J, what's going on, guy? Whoop. Oh, that's the right one, right? Oh, it's going the other way. Boy, I can't see. I might have to change glasses. GRC, what's going on? Gaines. Wow, there's a bunch of people in here. You've got to be kidding me. Wait a minute. There's 70-something people in here? All right. Why are there 70 something people? All right, we just dumped out a few. There were 72 people in here. Come on. 70 something people and only 20 something thumbs ups. Come on, you're killing me, guy. Wow. There was 70 something people in here for like a split second. That was crazy. Come on, don't forget, give a thumbs up, man. Because what it's going to do is it's going to put ads on you on my channel. And I know a lot of you guys don't like the ads, but that's what's paying. That's what's paying this channel. You know what I mean? So I can buy pots. So there is a certain amount of slop also that's going on these ends. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and replace these. Yeah, that's a lot of slop on that. I did actually crack the wheelie bar in the back as well. So if you can see right there, I think you can see right here, there's a crack on the wheelie bar. So I'm going to pop that screw out, and I'm going to see if I can kind of massage that back into place. Come on, 72 people and only 30-something thumbs ups. What's going on? You're killing me, guy. Come on. I know you don't like ads, but I do. How do you think I'm buying these pots? It doesn't cost you a dime. All right, so I'm just going to pop these out. I'm going to pop these bearings out just because, like I said, I do want to pop this one open. I want to see if a contaminant got in there or if it's from thrashing this thing through the water and not taking care of it, because it does etching. Rust does something that's called etching. So there is the possibility either something may have bypassed or the bearings are getting etched, or they could be just worn down. But still, again, that's where that $20, man. $20 for all those pots. Not a bad deal. Pop that one out. Earl, you use food stamps? Oh, no. Well, you know what's funny? If you saw Earl's latest video, obviously he's using food stamps because he can't afford clothes for his kids. So I'm going to just put this in the melt it down bin. I got a broken pots bin. I don't know where it is, but it's here somewhere. But I just wanted to clean up these bearings. So yeah, so this bearing is definitely getting what's called etched. This one is, there's rust. There's rust all over it. So, and I can see that. And that's really no big deal, because what's crazy is, well, this one's got something in there too. So I'm going to pop the seals out. And I'm going to clean these bearings just to see. So this is the outer bearing. Isn't that funny, man? The outer bearing isn't etched, but the inner one is. Rice and noodles are cheap. Yes, sir. What do they call ramen noodles? Earl's household, the house of ramen. Do they even sell ramen in California? I don't even know. I would assume ramen is like worldwide. I don't even know. Is ramen sold everywhere? I think it is. Ramen noodles. So Yeah, everything is mint, man. A little bit of slop on that arm, but that's fine. Definite major amount of slop on this arm here. And this doesn't pop. Did it break? Yeah, so these little ball ends are wearing out pretty bad. But I did go ahead and, like, you know, I did buy the parts from Hot Racing to go ahead and repair that. So I do have the Hot Racing ball ends, which so far on the front end, they're mint. And I know eventually the coating's going to wear off and all that stuff, but, you know, it is what it is. It's just wear and tear. So I'm guessing that bumper needs to come off, right? There's no access hole. Nope. Is that an access hole? Nope. So that bumper needs to come off in order to get to this end. Here's the other thing that I thought about. And reason why I'm saying that is because I noticed that inside there is a hole. So inside, when you look down and in, there is a hole, which you can't see. Yeah, there you go. See how there's a hole in there? So any kind of grit that does kind of slide into here, it does kind of come out, that hole. But the other thing that I noticed, though, because of the way the front tires are constantly slinging the sand at the rear drive axles, I think my drive axles are starting to... Are they starting to twist yet? Can't tell if they're twisting. If I look at this other side, the other side might be able to tell me how far in. So is it getting beat up by the front wheels or what? So I'm looking to see. Yeah, so it's actually not getting beat up as much by the yeah, so this is what's happening is the grit when it hits the splined section of the drive shaft or the axle that goes in. So you know that it's on a tip, right? So it's tilted. So part of my issue is how come it's not installed this way? Is it because what they're worried about is the rub that you get here on the A-arm, and they'd rather not have that rub on the spline? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously you can tell there's a certain amount of rubbing action that happens right here from the A-arm. Now, whether if it's mud collecting in the little pocket on the arm, and then obviously, you know, this riding, you know, in that mud kind of getting sanded. But I've always wondered, why is it tipped this way? Is it so that you get premature wear? Because you would think if it was tipped this way, any kind of sand or anything naturally wouldn't go inside and start chewing that spline. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can switch that around. All you have to do is just pop one side. Do you know what I mean? Just like pop that side out and then flop it onto the other side. So I don't think I'm going to go that route, but that was just something I thought of. That the sand just basically catches right inside that little splined section, basically like from here to here. It seems to be really chewed up. The inside kind of too, but doesn't seem like as much as it is on here. On here, this is really chewed up. And yes, they are twisting. So my axles have a very slight amount of twist on the spline. So eventually these are going to have to be replaced as well. You know, kind of like a X-Max. They're still smooth though. Still has a nice smooth operation. So, but they are wearing. There's a certain amount of wear that's happening on all these parts. And that's also something to keep in mind, that, you know, moving parts, every part that's a moving part eventually is going to have to be replaced just because it moves. I mean, people don't think about like their door hinges on their cars or the door hinges on their house. Eventually, you have to replace all that stuff. So, but I think you could just pop it and you just flip it around the other way. And that way, but I wonder if is that literally because of the, is that literally because of that spline? That they're worried that the spline would rub up against. Does it rub up against on the other side? No, it doesn't really. It doesn't rub. So it must be the mud. The mud that collects there. Boy, I don't know if I want to do that. I wonder if there's a hole in this one. There is. You've got to be kidding me. So there's even a hole in this one as well. Is that Zeus? Guy, thank you for that. Oh, God, the ESC fireworks. That was horrible, Guy. Oh, my God, that thing was brand new. How many ESCs do I have smoked now? I think I got 4 smoked ESCs. One of them was my fault, the one with the fireworks. That was totally my fault. Then, obviously, well, this one was smoked too, but that wasn't my fault. So this one got replaced by AMEC. Yeah, man, I don't know. Crazy. KGM, there's a screw in there, Guy. No, not in here, though. Not there. There's no screw in there. You know what I mean? Because there's the balls there. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no screw in that, right? Oh, there is. Are you serious? Is that literally to pull this off? Oh my God, it is. What? Can I access it the other way? Yes, I can. If I flip that? Oh, my driver's bent. Are you kidding me? How does it pull off? I think it's unscrewed all the way. You just rip it off. It doesn't come off, Guy. So wait a minute. That means it's through this way too. So you can flip it then. You totally can flip it. You just got to pop this out. Wow. Check that out. Is that a set screw though? Why isn't it coming out? What kind of screw is it? Can't be a set screw. Oh, there it goes. Oh, wow, that is cool. Holy crap. Dude, so does that mean... So I can flip that then? No way. Can I really flip that? Oh, will that work? Oh, I've got to try this out now. Oh, I'm going to have to try that. So that end going in there, though, you lose protection, though, don't you? Because that kind of like, seems like it almost semi-supports the bearing or something. I'm gonna swap that right now. Oh no, is it stripping? Uh-oh. Can't tell if that's stripping or not. Hope not. Seems like it's stripping. How come it's not coming off? Oh. These drivers, I gotta tell you, don't buy these junk drivers. These junk drivers are junk. These ones from Hobao, these things are mint. But those junk drivers, wow, that thing's tight. All right. Owen Rogers, guy, thank you. Holy smokes, dude. Kidding me. Semperetis? What's Semperetis? Holy smokes, guy. What? You guys are nuts. Mitchell, guy. Holy crap. Plastic bags for your shoes. Dude, the Big Rock is going to do a water crossing. Definitely going to do a water crossing. I think I've got to throw some heat on that. I got to get my blowtorch. Because that's not coming off. What you doing there, Snorts? Go down. I'm going to throw a little bit of heat on that. See if that helps it any. Man. What the heck? Wow. All right. Well, maybe I'm not pulling that off. Holy smokes, man. That thing is in there. Let's see if I can just throw the junk wrench on there. Can't get that to fit in. I'll throw this one in there so I can get a little twist on it. Wow. That is cranked, man. Holy smokes. Man, I think I need to heat that up a lot. Let's see what happens. Plastic's melting. Plastic's melting. All right. Oh, there we go. Big difference. That's what did it. There we go. Nice. What am I doing? I'm just like, I'm curious. I'm curious about This kind of can't tell if the spline is. Woo! Boy, is that hot. That is hot. All right. So, can I throw that on there? Come on, get on there. Kind of almost seems like it doesn't fit. Boy, that piece is boiling right now. Holy smokes. Wow. Oh, it goes on. It definitely goes on. Doesn't seem like it. Let's see. There it goes. Now, what does it do to the bearing side over here? Yeah, see, there isn't a bearing surface for it to run on. So you'd have to swap. You'd absolutely have to swap the ends because of the way that bearing surface runs. You have to swap the pieces. So while it does fit, it's not going to work like that. This is giving it time to cool down. Yeah, it's cooled down now. So I'd have to pop this piece off to reverse it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just want to try it on one side. So I should be able to just pop, because these are the same. So if I can just pop off this one side without breaking it. Let's see if that works. Can I pop this without it snapping? Yeah. Man, it's almost like I suspect. Yeah. Crap. See, if I introduce heat to it, I don't know if it's going to make it. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. It was worth a shot to at least just try it. And now I know how to pop these little axle things out. That is pretty stinking slick. I like that. ARRMA's a bunch of thinkers. All right. Well, I'm going to throw this back on there. I wonder if I should pop this rear diff apart. I had this rear diff apart, but I didn't take apart the front. I think I'll leave it. I am going to pop off this bumper, though, because I do want to go ahead and get to the thing there. All right, I need my drivers, I think. This will take forever. That wasn't too bad, I guess. What I don't like, GRC, is I don't like the fact that the way the sand goes down and in. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that you can see. I think you can see it's warped. It's starting to, it's wearing excessively right here where the sand first enters in. See right here? So the sand first enters right here. This is where it's wearing excessively. Right here. So my thought is if I could just reverse it, which you can, you just got to pop those little knuckles off. The thought is if I reverse it, you know what I'm saying? Because this is where it pretty much sits. So the sand gets blasted and kind of siphons its way down in there. And then eventually, just like look how mangled it is. It's almost like I want to dress this up with sandpaper, man. It still functions really well. So what's crazy is that even though the spline is starting to twist, it's not enough to affect. Yeah, there's enough slop. There's enough slop in that drive shaft where it's not affecting it. I think I'm just complaining about nothing. Honestly. I think now I'm literally just complaining about nothing. But eventually this is going to strip out. And I think if these were swapped this way, I just feel like there'd be less damage. You know, because normally the vehicle's sitting this way. You know, oh, actually, no, sorry. Normally it's sitting this way. And if it was this way, it just seems like the sand wouldn't go in and mangle up the spline. All right, so how else is that attached? Screw all the way through. Or is it on both sides? Looks like it's on both sides. All right. Take that stupid wheel off too. Dang it. I put the thread lock on these things, and these things are cranked on. Of course, this one's fine. Now that I said that, I put thread lock on it. These things won't come off. That other wheel, man, that driver's side wheel was cranked on there. Tortured. Do you think you could glue a rubber ring seal to the outer edge of the outer sleeve? You mean, so you're talking about, I think, well, if you just heat this up, I think if you just heat it up, it would be fine. You could pop it. If it was really that important, just take a heat gun and just pop it. You know what I mean? Heat it up and it'll cause the material to be flexible, but it doesn't look like that's what the issue is. What it is that the bearing, see how the bearing rides on that section right there? So it's almost as if you'd just be better off just popping these, I think. I am curious about it, but I'm not that curious to break an axle. Not yet. Grease keeps the sand out, guy. Yeah. Yeah, not on that. If you're talking about the axles. Oh, yeah, grease will keep the... Yeah. All right, let's see. What else is holding this wheelie bar on? Ah, man. There's another screw? Yeah, it looks like there's a single screw on that side. Let's see. Single screw right here. I think the problem with grease, though, is you're just going to attract your sand. And then if anything, it might even cause the sand to cause more damage. Is just a thought. Now, we'll come off now. Hey, look at that. Where's the other screw? The other screw go. Oh, it's sitting right in there. All right. 2 bumper screws and 2 other screws. I can hear my dog dreaming. And why was I taking that off? To go ahead and get to this. Come on, 87 people here. 87 and 50 thumbs ups. You know we could smash that. Smash it. All right, so I'm going to replace, yeah, look at that one. That one literally just falls out. That's how worn that is. That's not even, that's bad. So that one's just out of there. This one, obviously the same thing. I did replace that center drive shaft with a sealed bearing just because I noticed that mine was seized. So I was able to free it up, but I didn't realize it was seized until it was too late. So we got to pull out a couple of those bearings, these little thingamajiggers. And like what I noticed, oops, don't want that one. What I had noticed is that you just take a heat gun and just heat up the end just a little bit, and it's enough to be able to pop the ball end in because it causes the material to be that much more expanded or flexible. So, because right now you can jam it in there. You know what I mean? You could definitely jam it in there, but why not do it the right way and heat it up? pops in so much easier. Make sure I'm getting the right ones. See, you could jam it in there with a tool, but just heat it up. It takes like a second, a couple seconds. Perfect. What I should see about is checking these get in there. Did I grab, there is a possibility I grabbed the wrong one. Did I grab the wrong one? So we got that one. Where's the other one? Ah, did I grab the wrong one? Nope. Looks like it's the right one. It's definitely not that one. This outer bearing's also got a little bit of an issue too. So I'm going to pop this one out. KGM, see you later, man. Hey, thank you for that. Thank you for telling me, Guy, the screw in the middle. That's what that's for. Guy. All right. So that bearing is actually, that bearing's fine. This one, this outer bearing, so the same thing, the outer bearing here, which obviously is taking all the force of the hits of the wheel. It's taking all the force, where the inner, I think, is more just a bigger bearing, but I think that's, I don't know, maybe that's being saved by the actual axle piece. But I'm going to pop that bearing out as well. Let's see. Pop that out. Give it a check real quick. Yeah, it's crunchy. So this one could be bad. So what I'm going to do is hopefully I'm going to pop that seal. See if I can get a look inside. I need my other glasses, man. I cannot see. I hate glasses. Oh, look at that. Magically now I can see. Look away, look away. Could be, could have an issue here. Look away. If you're afraid of blood, look away. Hey, look at that. No blood. So I'm going to say inside actually looks like it's all right. It looks like it just needs to be cleaned and repacked. So I'm going to pop the other side. I'm going to throw this in my juice. Yep. Just going to clean those up. So right now, I wish you could like hear it. I don't know if I can make it so you can hear it. Hear that? Yeah, it's crunchy. So seems like must have been, it's either could be the bearing material wearing down. It could be that inside is etched. I don't think it is though. It could be a ball bearing failing. It kind of looks like it's just junk in there, doesn't it? Wow, my fingers are like cracked. I don't ever zoom in on my fingers like that, but look at that. Look at that finger. Look at that. That finger's mangled. But there's the inside of the bearing, so it looks like it's looks like it might be savable. So I'm going to put that in the juice. That's this right here. It's just a juice. And what I think I'm going to do this time is I'm going to hook the bearing. I'm going to make a quick tool out of a metal rod. Or not. I'll just loop it in. Loop it in and give it a clean and see if it'll be all right. Always wear gloves. Don't do any of this kind of junk near an open flame or any kind of anything like that. Make sure you have paper towels handy first. so it's still crunchy. So it's going to need different type of cleaning. So I'm actually just going to throw it in, give it some real swirls. Addicted, are you trying to cause trouble? Are you trying to make Earl cry? Addicted, I think you're trying to make Earl cry here. You know where to get somebody right at the heart, don't you? Hey, Earl, did you see the X-Max body get thrashed? That was pretty good, though. Horrible, but still pretty good. All right, so far, there is the possibility this bearing is not recoverable. What I have to do is if I was really going to get this cleaned out, I'd have to use my air compressor with a combination of a brush and really brush out these bearings. There's either the bearing material itself has worn out, either the bearings are worn out, or there's just too much crud. Maybe the cage is junk. It could be. Man, it still seems like I could clean it a little bit. Yeah, there's grit in there still. There's still grit in there. I just want to see if this is recoverable, that's all. It's the only reason why I'm doing this. I need the right needle nose. There's a special needle nose that I use to do this, and I can't find it. It's not a surprise. All right. This one might work. All right, so it kind of seems like I think the bearing's junk. For what I think I'm feeling, it's not clearing up. Am I going to give? Yeah, I am. I got the parts for the X-Max. Yeah. I am. It is going to redeem itself. It's going to try. So I want to say, by what I'm feeling on this, I do believe this bearing is junk. This bearing is doing the same exact thing. Not as much. This one's smoother. But man, if I had an ultrasonic cleaner, but I think the bearing might be junk. There's too much let's see if I can focus in on it. There's too much indexing happening. See how it's like indexing? You probably can't see that it's indexing. It's literally indexing. So this bearing is possibly junk. I'm still going to try to clean it, but I'm not going to do it now. So this one I'm just going to put together. Leave it the way it is. But I do want to open up. Now that I know there's the potential that maybe this bearing did not have enough grease in it. I wonder if that's a possibility. So I do have the new bearings. These bearings are fine. So I'm just going to pack these ones, repack these. Should inspect this for cracks. See if this has got any cracks on it. See the plastic's wearing. See how the plastic's wearing? But it doesn't look like there's any stress cracks or anything. But you can see the material is wearing. Hub looks all right. It's just getting beat on. I think that's just a mark from probably a rock. Yeah. So what I do want to do is I do have these brand new hubs. Should I give the big rock the brand newness? But I want to pop this bearing out. And I want to see if it's greased enough. If I can pop that seal out. No bloodbath here. Come on, guy. I have a feeling that this razor blade tip is not sharp enough anymore. Picked out too many seals, I think. Yeah, I can't grab it. Dang it. Oh, there we go. Got it. And of course, that's the back side. So there is grease in there. But that's the back side of the bearing. This is the front side. Let's see if I can get that seal out. Ah, dang it. Just grab the seal. There we go. I think I got it. Yep. There we go. So I am going to pack that bearing. Where is it? It's so focused I don't even know where the bearing is. There it is. So there is grease in there. But I'm going to pack it. I'm going to pack it more. And I'm going to use the regular stuff that I use. So that original bearing is junk. I possibly could have saved it if I had maintenance this thing. Make sure you wear gloves when you're doing this stuff. So I'm just going to do it just like that. See the grease pushed through. Wear gloves whenever you're doing this kind of junk. I have a special glove on right now. They're a new style Inviso gloves. They haven't been released to the market yet. So you won't be able to find them if you look. But they're called Inviso gloves. All right. So I'm happy with that. I am going to use the brand new hub, right? Is that what I'm going to do? Yeah. I am going to use the brand new hub. I'm still going to do the thing that I do by putting a little drop of grease inside. What I should do is pop this back out and do the inner bearing as well. So let's see. Can I get the right one here? Hey, did I pop the right side or the wrong side? It's like I popped the right side. Not going to bother pulling the other side off. Ah, crap. Be careful. You'll bend these stupid seals. I am going to put some grease in there. Make sure you wear gloves. Do it the right way. Just a little extra grease, I think, is going to make me happy. Feels good. All right, so that's that one. This is this one. And what did I do with the brand new bearing? What did I do with the brand new bearing? Oh, there it is. Right here. So this is obviously going to be for this side. Now, what's that shock one? Shock one's a little loose too. I think I'll replace the top shock one too. Let's check this one too. See what's going on here. So, bottom one on the shock is fine. Top one is loose, but it's not that bad. I think I'm gonna, oh, that's actually not too shabby. I think I'm gonna pop it out anyway because I have not used the shock ones yet. So I might as well just pop it out just because. Now the question is that going to work? So, looks like plastic. Yeah, dang. All right. It's close. That's what I thought. So this one is going to need just a little extra persuasion to get in there. Yep. That one does not really want to go in there. So I'm just going to heat it up again, just a little bit more. Think. Here we go. That took a little bit more persuasion, but it is in there. And now that's got a nice feel to it. This one. Yeah, much more solid now. This bottom one seems fine. Bottom one does have a washer capturing the end. If I heat that up, if I can just pop that off, I still feel like that's what I want to do. If I heat up this end, just worried that I just feel like if I heat that end, pop that out, that it might not want to flex back to original. And then that would be junk. Then I'd be ordering a set of axles too. Yeah, I should just live with it, I guess. Man, but it's not really binding. You could definitely tell in its forward direction. So all this side, you know what? I'm having another thought here. So does that mean, wait a minute, all right. So if I reverse the axles left to right, the bend that's in there, yeah, so I'll be reversing, essentially almost doubling the life expectancy. If I reverse these, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reverse my axles. Provided I can actually undo this one. Yeah, if I reverse the axles, then I'm doubling the life. And it'll be a smoother operation. Yeah. Making me wonder if I should check the inner bearings. Yeah, so now when I reverse these, I'm going to put a reverse rotation on the axle, effectively retwisting the axle back, plus, right? Yes, because it's spinning like that. Yes. So that's exactly what that's going to do. Just got to make sure that I put the right side with the right side, left side with the left side. I wonder how these bearings are. Got some crunchiness going on in the gears too. I think I'm going to leave this off, but I am going to reverse axles. So left side for left side, right side for right side is what I'm going to do. That way I just basically increase the life expectancy and there's a smoother operation now. There'll be a smoother operation on that going forward. And I'll be able to take some of that. Looks like, yeah, look at the wear. Look at that wear. Hey, look at this. There we go. There's the wear. See right there? So this is the right side or passenger side rear axle that I'm going to swap over to the other side to get more life out of it. See how it's curved up? That's where it's looking like it's twist, but it's not twist. It's just wear. Look at that. Look what the sand does. See what the sand is doing? The sand is mangling these things. See, that's the entry point to the sand. So the sand literally enters right there. The sand enters there, and that's where it does its most damage. And if these were flipped this way, there would be less damage that way. Oh man, do I want to risk it? If I pop these axles, man. Crap. Yeah, look at that. So it's not twist, it's just wear. There is a little bit of twist to it. You can see it. You look right down the sight. Come on, focus on the right thing. Focus on that piece right there. I think there's a slight bit of twist. See at the end? Looks like it's twisted. It's not going to be on that one. All right, I'm not gonna, that's going nuts. Good enough. But I'm wondering if I should crack this open though. Check those bearings on that piece right there. I think I should. So look at that. Just falls right out. Same thing on this one. This one's actually holding in. Whoa. Well, it's gone now. All right. That one's worn out too. Bottom ball end is fine. Top one is the one that's mangled. So I'm going to pop that one out. Same way. Did this one. You son of a gun. Ah, these drivers are junk, man. I'm telling you. Look at it's a shorty now. These drivers are total junk. The set screw wasn't long enough. So once the set screw hits the end piece, it just doesn't work. This thing is junk. Gotta heat it up just a little bit more than that. The thing I didn't do is I didn't check the shock fluid level or anything. color, isn't it? Son of a gun. So let's see. Big rock don't need no stinking cleaning. All right. Let's see what we got here. That's better. seems better anyway. it's the wrong side. 50-50 shot. Yeah, that Hobao Casra, that Hobao is an animal of a truck, man. It is definitely a driver's truck. Thing's mint. Look what I did. Got the stupid thing stuck. Rod end.
Those bits. There they are.
hammer time. It's gonna be hammer time. Jeez. Holy smokes. It looks pretty mint in here. I don't know if that bearing is doing too well though. Looks like that bearing might be wasted. Let's see. Looks like there's some space there. I'm gonna crack this open. See what we're looking at. Should probably empty out the chassis before I start messing with this. Keep this nice and clean. Rocks all stuck in the honeycombs. Look at that. extra weight. Yeah, there's all rocks and stuff stuck in all these honeycombs. That's no good. Hammer time. Yeah, I'm not going to be getting those rocks out. I don't think so. I think they're jammed in there. Must be extra ballast. All right. Good there. Wanted to pull apart this gearbox here because I have been hearing kind of some funkiness with the gears. There's some dirt in there. Could be gears, could be dirt. Looks like it's gear dust. Yeah, that's gear dust, I think. Yeah, you can hear it. Definitely got some funkiness going on in there. So I'm going to pull this apart just because I haven't blown mine apart. And I know Earl just blew his apart recently. So I want to pull this one apart and just to see what we're looking at. All right. All right. How do you get to this thing? So it's that way. And I can disconnect everything here because of the way I've got the zip ties. Did I? Oh, did I do that one? I think it's the one bottom. Seems like the one bottom zip tie. Wire thing. There we go. So this is what I ended up doing. Spaced my wires apart. That way I would never have a chafing issue again. So I spaced it all on one side this way. Same thing all on one side the other way as well. With the zip tie thing there. That way I would never have a wire chafing issue again. So that was the intent with that. So let's see, what are we looking at here? Looking at some sharp metal, I'll tell you that. Wow. Some sharp stuff. So it looks like we got 3 screws, pop that case off. And there's dirt in that. Or is that a sealer? That almost looks like it's some kind of a silicone. That looks like it's a seal, doesn't it? Is that a sealer or is that... I don't know what that is. Almost seems like it was like a gasket stuff. I said I was crazy to pick it. All right. Are you talking about your race car combo guy? Yeah, you're out of your mind. So these screws are the same. I don't know if it's dirt or some kind of, it's almost like it's some kind of, it's almost like it's some kind of sealer. It's like they put a silicone on the screws or something. Because something's coming out of there. It doesn't seem like dirt. That literally seems like some kind of silicone something. Maybe it's just the thread lock giving me a hard time. All right, let's see what we're looking at here. Here comes the reveal. Oh, crunchy. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, well, it's not that bad, but definitely that gear is definitely wearing down. There's still life left in it. Bearing seems like it could use a little bit of help. Yeah, look at that. That bearing needs assistance. Look at that. Look at that slop. So, bearing hopefully could just be repacked. We'll see. Pop that out of there. Yeah, it looks like that. You can see by the way it wore on the shaft that the shaft was spinning inside the bearing instead of the bearing spinning. Yep. Definitely needs to be cleaned up, man. Daza Paco, what's going on, guy? The bearing actually feels good, man. But I am going to repack that. Check this bearing. That's that bearing in there. That's that bearing. Or is it on the other side? So that one needs to be just cleaned off. Yeah. Definitely getting some wear on that. It's shark finning. See how it's shark finning? Still has plenty of life though, man. It does look like that pinion is definitely going to need to be replaced. I didn't see any dirt in here. Oh, we got a little bit of excessive motor play. Oh my god. Oh, this is going to be a Traxxas motor. My god. Wow. Holy smokes. Wow, that could cause some holy crap. All right. Maybe I'm not running the big rock. What the heck? That's massive. Wow, that's like X-Max. I got an X-Max motor here. Holy smokes. Diamond. This has never been to Diamond Dust, though, has it? Did I take this to Diamond Dust? I don't think I did. Did this thing go to Diamond Dust? Man, I don't even remember. Wow. Holy moly, look at all the junk jammed in there. The X-Max hit a rock. I don't remember. Did I take this thing there? I burned it up. Is that where I burned it up? I don't remember. I have no recollection. But man, look at that. Look at that junk in there. Wow. That's a lot of crap in there. That's like, I think that's pieces of motor. Yeah, that's just pieces of gear. Holy smokes. That bearing seems like it might need some attention as well. Let's see. Push that out with that. Yep. Looks like I'm going to have to tap that bearing out. I don't know if I like that. Here we go. Yeah, look at that bearing. Look how badly etched that one is. So that's from the water, the moisture sitting on the bearing. That's called etching right there. See that? Let's see if I can get a close up on it. Oh my God, my fingers are mangled. So that's etching right there. So that bearing is actually free. The bearing's free, it just needs grease. Bad. Doesn't feel like any play. But this motor though, oh my God. Look at that. That sounds like an X-Max motor. Oh my God. Well, I guess it's just a run it situation. Look at that. Can you see how much that's moving? That's exactly like the X-Max. Oh, holy smokes. All right. Let's peel this little heatsink off. Wow. See how much that's moving? That'll cause some motors. That'll cause some gear slop issue. That's massive. That means I could literally tighten up. Wow. The motor feels mint too, though. That's insane. That must mean that that bearing on that end is junk. Let's see. Slide this little heatsink off. See if I can get this heatsink off. All right, so I'm gonna have to release that wire so I don't rip off my fan wire. So I'm gonna snip that zip tie right there. Provided I can find my snips. Where's my snips? Just had the snips, didn't I? Here
this way on this side. I'll cut the wire. Hey. Here we go. So I might as well just release all these. All right. Dang. Oh. Wow. Let's grind it on there. I'm trying to hold it so you can see how much it's moving, man. Well, I guess I could just tighten up the slop and not have to worry about pinion mesh. It would cut a new shark fin into the gear. What is this gear looking like? Gear looks mint. Alrighty. That's huge. Look at that. All right. I don't have bearings. That's where I was getting some of that noise from. Absolutely. Now that I can hear it, look at the wear. Look at the wear on that. Just from that composite gear. Wearing down that soft metal pinion gear. Yeah, look at that. Look at the wear on that. Can I zoom in on that? You can see where the spur comes in contact with the pinion. Yeah, look at that. Nice. Used and abused. All right. Wonder what the warranty is on these motors. I think I should make a phone call to AMA. Find out what the warranty is on these motors. 2 years, 200,000 packs. 2 years, 200 packs. There you go. That's what the warranty is. That's what it is. So I probably shouldn't have, maybe I shouldn't have pulled the Big Rock apart as much as I just did, because kind of really didn't need to, but you definitely see that this gear is ready to go. I should consider getting a new pinion. I actually probably have pinions for this thing. But I mean, it's just, this is all wear items. But the gear is actually it's still holding on, man. But that's where I've been hearing some funky noises. So I have been hearing that noise right there that I heard right there. I have been hearing that recently. So I wonder if that's something. I do wonder. What do you guys think? Do you think that that's something that's covered under warranty? Think I should explore that option, or just chalk it up as to 200 packs under 2 years? I'm just curious what they would say. Honestly, I think that's the only reason why I would want to call, is because I just want to see what they would say. The ESC has been replaced. That's been warranted. So all right. So what has been warranted on this thing so far? The speed control. So the ESC has been warranted. The receiver has been warranted because the wire was cut. There was wire chafing on the ESC. There was that pinched antenna wire on
the antenna for the receiver. And this, I wonder. New new motor. Is your spur? No, it's a metal one. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. You said spur. So it's a plastic one, and I do have a replacement brand new one in ARRMA plastic, but then I also did get the hot racing one. So what do I do? I think that's a toss-up, man. It's a toss-up. The only reason why I'm saying that is what is the real warranty? And then I have to determine, on my own, should that have failed already? I don't know, man. I almost want to pull the motor apart, but that's a huge amount of play. Can you see that? That's almost exactly like what the X-Max motor is like. There you go, guy. Nice ice cold coffee. Come on, guy. Warranty, have you watched it? Horizon will 100. Yeah, but I don't deal with Horizon. Horizon and I don't have a very good relationship anymore. We used to. Everything was cool. Everything was fine when I was, constantly giving them money. Everything was fine. But the one warranty that I went to go through with them over a $7 drive shaft, $7, they lost me. That's all right. I'm okay with that. So anyways, I'm sure Horizon's great. I just didn't like some of the things that I was going through with them. Hour and a half waiting on hold. Took 6 months to get my warranty differential for my EXP Shelf Queen EXP thing there. What do you want? What do you want? What are you looking at me for? What are you looking at me for? I don't know. I don't know if that bothers my conscience or not. This motor. There's a fine line sometimes where you need to discern for yourself whether if a warranty is justified or not just to get a free part. You know what I mean? And that's where I think I've got to do some thinking, because I'm not all for, just trying to take, a main to the cleaners or anything like that. Not that that's what would do it. Wow. My slipper doesn't slip. There is no slip in this slipper. This thing is 100% locked. I never touched this. So is this thing locked out of the box? Wonder if this thing is locked out of the box, man. This thing sure does feel locked. That's my driver. Oh, crap. Where'd the driver go? Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Wow, what? This thing really locked? I'm just pulling it apart right now. Now it's loose. Oh, I really want to see now. Now I've got the screw coming out. I want to see like if there's any wear on my slipper plates. God. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Is it literally stripping out? You better not be. That screw, that thing better not be stripping out. This is a good driver. I can't tell if that's stripping out. Oh, uh-oh. This is a good driver. There's nothing wrong with this tip. Oh, actually, it could be showing a little bit of wear. Uh-oh. Oh, no! All right, I'm gonna switch to a different bit. Just in case. And what bit can I switch to? Not that one. Not that one. Where is it? It's on the table here. That one right there. Is that it? Nope. I think it's this one. Yeah, there we go. So I think I need to dress my driver. Where's this spinning? Oh, I hate these bits, man. All right. Looks like it was slipping. I think. Yeah, it was. All right, never mind. It wasn't locked. So now I just think I stripped out my. I just stripped out my stinking slipper. I think. Just tighten it down and see what happens. All right. It's right back to where it was, so that could be costly. So buying a whole new gear or slipper assembly, I think that's what, $40 or something like that. It's fine. It did tighten back up. I think I just need to redress the very, very tip of this driver. So what I'll do is I'll touch it up with a file. And then what I might do is heat treat the tip. See if I can heat treat it and get it to be a more hardened tip. These bearings, though, man. These bearings seem to be like riding on the shaft.
and like not doing their job. Yeah. It's basically just being used as like a stabilizer. It's almost like it's using it like a stabilizer bearing and not like an actual bearing. Man. He has a little bit of grit in there. This one's mint. So this bearing right here is mint. And that bearing that's mint is the inside bearing. Right? Yes. So that one that's in good shape, I think, is the one that's more protected. I think. Which way did this go? I forget. Yeah, I don't know. Big Rock is definitely taking some abuse. We got a cracked chassis. We've got a motor that's got slop on it. I think I'm just going to call A-Main just to call them. I leave the decision in their hands. Whatever question they ask me, I answer them truthfully. If they ask me how many battery packs I have through it, I'll tell them I've got probably like 500. No, I don't know. How many battery packs do I have to this thing? I'll just tell them watch my videos. Go watch my videos, guy. I beat the snot out of this thing. But yeah, I wonder. That's X-Max. That's like, this is literally just must have come out of my X-Max. They must be sourcing the motors from the same company. So anyways, looks like the Big Rock might be down. Might be. I'm going to give A-Main a call. I'm going to put this thing back together. I think I'll run it. Maybe so it won't be really down. I'm going to run it. I'm going to tell him the motor's got slop. I don't know how to tell him it's got slop, though. How do you tell him? You know, it's like you have to take a video and show like on a dial indicator. This is the kind of slop I've got. This is also destroying my gears. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you need to sometimes take into account your usage and abusage. But I think just as a trial run, I'm gonna call them and just say, hey, just calling about the Big Rock. I want to know what you think. And if they feel that they want to go ahead and warranty this motor, that does seem like a lot. It does seem. Listen to that. That's the noise I've been hearing. I've been hearing that noise because that's very dominant. Listen to that. That's massive. So yeah, I've been hearing that noise. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's where this live should end. How long have we been on live? What? I've been on there for 3 hours? Holy smokes, what time is it? Oh my God, it's 1 o'clock. The time flies when you're having fun. So I've got a mess of a Big Rock right now. Temperature-wise, I wasn't going to run anything today. It's too cold. It's too cold for these plastic things. Have I ran the Big Rock in this kind of weather? Yeah, pretty close to it. I think I drove in like 26 degree weather. Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 23 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Little too cold for these plastic models. Plus with having a cracked chassis, it would just be, that much worse. So, what do I still think about this Big Rock? You're getting what you pay for. And I think that's what my whole X-Max versus Big Rock, that's my whole thing. You're spending a third of the price, but the question was, are you really getting a third of the smiles for miles? Now, I want to say ESC warranted. That was, I think, just a quality control issue. Maybe if I went through the model, maybe I would have noticed that the wires were chafing, but I didn't. So under a normal person circumstance, you know, that's not something that you maybe would catch. The receiver box, the receiver antenna wire being cut, that was warranted. Is that something that, you know, I don't know. I know I had my hands in there, but I'm usually pretty good about making sure that I don't have wires, you know, coming out and getting chopped. Now, was the wire still connected? Yes. I'm the one that actually noticed that it was pinched, and I wanted to see how far it was pinched because I wasn't having any reception issues, but I noticed it was pinched. So like a dummy, I grabbed the wire and went dink, and it like ripped off. So it obviously was still holding on. It had enough. It must have been like vibration, probably just eventually made the antenna wire go. Now that I've finally pulled out the motor actually independently out from the gearbox, now I notice that noise that I've been hearing is present in this motor, which is a Spectrum focus motor. Here we go. Spectrum Firma 3200 kV. What's that? SPMX SM 2000. So look at that. Look at that damn name on there. Sons of Guns, man. They're all over the place. Look at that name. What's that name you see right there? Horizon Hobby, baby. So, like I said, I'm not against Horizon. I'm not happy with how they treated me. So I will take my business elsewhere, and I'll wait the extra. Honestly, I'll wait the extra week. I'll wait the extra, you know, days, whatever. AMAIN has been amazing when it comes to warranty. I guess I really just have a bad taste with Horizon and their warranty department, like for my laser nut, and that was it. It just AMAIN picks up their phone like what within like what did we calculate it out to be, like 10 minutes? I think I was on hold for like 10 minutes, and I was actually shocked because all of a sudden, you know, the guy's like, "What's up, guy?" So, all right, I'm not out today, but I suggest if the weather's good enough for you, that you get out there and rip it. This hobby is fun. There's a lot of discovery that's going on. I think I'm finding that the consumer is the R&D department to an extent. We do push these cars beyond, you know, or a lot of us do. A lot of us push these cars beyond what they're designed for. So there is a certain amount of, like I said, there's a certain amount of conscience that goes into whether if you really feel that you want to call for a warranty. Now, I am going to call for a warranty, but I am not going to call saying I want my motor warranted. I'm going to call and I'm going to take the line of just saying, hey, you guys know who this is? No. It's RC Guy Garage. No. I'm just going to say, hey, you know, I've got this big rock. I've had a couple of things warranted on it. I've got a few battery packs on it. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on my Spectrum motor that I, for the first time, pulled out. Because I really was hearing some funky different noise, and I actually thought it was this. So I thought it was this. I thought it was the extra play that I was getting in this. Hey, sweetie. I thought it was the extra play that I was getting in this right here. So, yeah. Yes. What's that? Oh! Wait a minute.
This is when they didn't send me my thing because there was an error.
Holy moly!
So they
Wow!
recalculated it.
Sam!
I know.
Wow!
Yeah.
You've got to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God!
Well, now I'm less stressed because I can finally apply for financial aid.
Yes! Oh my goodness, Sam! That is awesome!
So just let me know when that comes.
Yes, I did. Well, you know what? Is that going to be a direct deposit?
I have direct deposit selected, but remember last year when I said direct deposit and then they sent the check instead?
Right. Okay. Yeah. No. As soon as that comes, I'll definitely let you know. That is awesome. You've got to be so happy. So,
my daughter being a student, last year's tax return, there was some weird issues, and she's finally getting her tax refund. She's a full-time student. She's finally getting her tax refund from last year. So 2019, she just got her thing about her tax refund, and she's a very happy kid right now. So she can go out and buy a Tesla Model 3 now. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so she's a very hardworking kid. But where was I? Oh, conscience matter, I think, on the motor. And I am just gonna say, hey, guys, I do have a bunch of battery packs in this. What do you guys think? Is this a warranty issue, or do you think this is just basically fair use? Oh, that is the noise I've been hearing. And I don't know if you guys have caught that. Maybe you might not have, because there's been bench time with this big rock that I heard some kind of funky gear noise, man. So if you've got a new big rock, before you rip it, before you take it out, maybe take your motor out. It's really easy to do, especially if it's brand new, because you're not going to have sand and you're not going to have hammers smashing stuff apart. It comes apart very easily. It's only a couple of screws, man. It's one screw to pop that little red thing and slide that out, and then basically pull up on the tab enough. You almost feel like you're going to break the tab off. But if you look on the side, you're not going to break the tab off. Pull on that little pull tab thing, and the motor should slide out. And then you obviously, disconnect your wires and take out the 3 screws that are on the back side of this thing here. That way, at least you can access this. And everything is going to be brand new inside, but give that pinion a little click test. So, yeah, that's it. The big rock is, I think you do get, to be honest with you, I think you do get what you pay for in the big rock. The big rock has been, I'm talking like the big rock is dead now. It's not dead. The big rock has been an absolute blast to blast. When ARRMA says, don't just blast, don't just bash, blast, they mean it. They definitely mean it. And this big rock does it, man. So, shock oil was low on 2 of the shocks in the back. I didn't see any signs of leaking at all. It was a little low, so I did fill it up. I filled it up with 40. I filled it up with 45, this stuff right here. These are the shock oils I use. Team Losi Racing shock oils. They come in a nice pack. You get everything from, I think, 20 all the way up to maybe 100 or something like that. I forget. You get a whole bunch of them in the pack. Yeah. It's a mulch collector. So, yeah, I think I'll put this thing back together. Maybe I'll snap on for another live putting it back together. Because literally today I plan on basically being right here. Like pretty much all day, because I'm not going outside. Not in 23-degree weather, 24, whatever the heck it is. That's not a pleasure to me anymore. Maybe when I used to ski or snowboard, yeah, that was fine. Snowball fight, playing with the kids when they were young in the snow, yeah, that's different. Now, no, it's not fun anymore. So, anyways, you definitely have brutally beat that big rock right. Yep. Big rock lives matter, right? No, they don't. Oh, Earl. Oh, A-Man will replace that motor. They know that particular bearing is a problem. Oh, really, guy? Wow. Traxxas does a number on everyone in court. Yep, they certainly do. I tell you, Traxxas lost my respect when they went after the RC Sailors. They are, and some people have a negativity towards them, but the way I look at it, right? They're happy. They're happy as a couple doing something that they enjoy. And anybody that gives them a hard time. Are they the most knowledgeable people? No, neither am I. I don't know everything there is. I mean, come on. It took KGM to tell me, hey, guy, there's the same hole that goes into or whatever it is. There's the hole that goes through to get your thing off. For some reason, I thought it was like pinned on the inside somehow. I don't even know how it was in there. I never took it apart. Maybe I was thinking it was set screwed like every other vehicle that they've got. But KGM said, hey, there's a hole that goes through the thing. We are discovering, or I did discover, maybe a good idea if you want to just, on vehicles, right? I actually don't do it anymore. Unless I'm abusive to the vehicle. Meaning rear wheel drive and I'm doing smoke shows and I want to have more even tire wear, as long as my tires are like the same size all the way around. If they're staggered, then no. But maybe, depending upon, what you got for a big rock, I don't know, maybe you might want, or, these axles, I shouldn't have said big rock. You got these axles, maybe you might want to consider mounting them in this direction instead of this direction. This direction definitely seems to put a lot of wear on this portion right here. So I don't know, man. I think in this direction, the sand is going to have less of an ability to go onto this, but then there's got to be a reason why they've done it and not just to cause excess wear. But take your axles if you don't want to swap the ends, which probably is a bad idea. Yeah, no, never mind. Don't swap your ends. Just rotate your axles. If you've got these plastic axles, man, rotate them. I think that's a good idea. It's only a couple screws. What is it? How many screws to pop this out? It's for the rear, it's just the upper link. The upper link. Did I have to pull the bottom link off too? I forget. I think it was, yeah. So for the rear, it was just the upper link, and then obviously you'll be able to slide that out, and you'll be able to take your driver, go in, and then get to that screw that's right there. Pop that out and rotate your axles. You'll get a smoother operation. Because right now, like I was saying, like I was showing, there's definitely, you're getting twist wear. See right there. Right there. Doesn't want to focus on it. Focus on this and not my face, man. Yeah, see the twist wear? Yeah. You can't see it. It's like right there. In order for me to show you, it doesn't focus right. But either way, rotate your axles. It'll give you more smiles for miles. So, anyways, I don't know, man. I think I'm done. I think I'm done with this live. Everybody, like whoever came in here, looks like we got 75 thumbs ups, which is crazy. I think we had 80 something people, 82. I think we had 82 people here at one point, man. That was insane. 82 people. So if you haven't given it a thumbs up and you feel inclined to go ahead and give this live stream a thumbs up, if you want to share anything, I don't know if people do the sharing thing. If you're not that word, bell notified, throw that bell notification on, man, because out of the 8,000 people that are subscribed to the channel, which I know that some of them probably never come back, but out of the 8,000 people that have subscribed to this channel, man, only 1,000 are bell notified. And I know there's a bunch of people that are like, I just don't want to be bothered by, some bell going off or whatever. It's just like, okay, well, you're going to miss awesome content. So, yeah, we got a mess. I got a mess I got to put back together. I am going to do a call to A-Main just to find out. A couple of people said that A-Main is A-Main. That ARRMA, let's just say it that way, that ARRMA is aware of, I guess, some bearing issues. So I'm going to find out. I'm going to see what they say. I could see if maybe I had twice the amount of usage on this truck Maybe that bearing should be blown out. Maybe. I don't know. Not everything is going to last forever. Think about it. Even the plastic. You know? This thing has taken an absolute beating. So I'm just going to jump into the chat and I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Make sure you maintain stuff. It's definitely worthwhile maintaining. Also, this is what I did with my bearing for my big rock. Okay. I put on plumber's tape and all it did was take up a little bit of the gap. The bearing still slides, but now the bearing is actually used. And I did replace this bearing with a sealed bearing instead of the shielded bearing that was on there, because what I noticed what was happening was the bearing, because it had seized, was actually rubbing on the shaft. So you might want to do it. It does still slide off, but it's a more tighter fit now. You know what I'm saying? It's actually making use of the bearing, I feel. So, like I said, I just used a good sealed bearing. I have replaced a few of these ends, a good amount of these ends now. I could probably work on the front end a little bit more. It looks like I need to replace the front end ones with these little bearing things, whatever they called. These things. The ball ends. So I've got enough to basically do the rest of the truck. So front shocks, front end links. Do I have all the ones for the front end links? Kind of almost seems like I'm... Oh, no, I'm not missing. I didn't do the inners because I had to take off the front bumper in order to do it. Do not leave your RC car apart for too long. Especially if it's like cats or something. Because you will not find your screws. And you will forget where things go. So try not to put things off. Use paper plates. They're much better than using, like, you know, your fine china that you drop and smash onto the tile floor and they obliterate into a bunch of pieces, and now you're picking up shards with screws. So, all right. We got RC Junkie. We've got Earl Moorhead, Frank Sluga. We got Dirt V. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Jess is here. Robert Canandy. Canandy. Robert Canandy. I think I'm saying that right. Stoned RC. Dan's Bearded Adventures. Let's see. Dan, I appreciate that, man. Everybody that gave to the chat, you guys are insane. Thank you. Definitely appreciate that, man. Definitely. Yo, you know what it goes to. It doesn't go to my iced tea fridge. It goes to RC parts. Addicted. See you later, guy. Addicted. Good rip with Chef, man. I'm glad you guys are having that much fun together. You and the guy Bernsey. I've never seen like Bernsey before. That was the first time I've seen him. But it looks like you guys had a blast if you're still here. Kasara Keve. I know I'm destroying your name. I apologize for that. And then Zeus. Is there steel axles for the Big Rock? There are upgraded axles you can get. I don't know how upgraded they are. And I think GPM does make metal axles, but you got to remember certain things. These things are fairly cheap, okay? Anytime you're going to increase weight, wherever it is, whether if it's rolling weight, whether if it's just overall model weight, you're putting that somewhere else. So you're going to wear things out. You know what I mean? It's like, just like with cars or trucks, you up the horsepower, you start breaking stuff. So you then need to up drive shafts, up drive axles, up everything, up internal, components in your transmission. You got to beef up the rear end. You've got to change suspension. You know what I mean? It's like, when do you kind of just leave the truck alone and just buy the factory cheap, inexpensive parts and just keep ripping it? This big rock has shown, I hope, has shown people that I did upgrade to these because I actually felt this was a worthwhile upgrade, these hot racing things. And I did buy the hot racing, wherever it is, this. I did buy this, but you know what's funny? I don't know if I'm going to use it because this thing's a tank compared to this. And I think this is the lightweight one too. Look at all those holes. Pretty sure this is the lightweight gear. This thing weighs about as much as a package. This thing weighs about as much as a wheel on a big rock. So bearing abuse, motor abuse, ESC abuse to get that thing spinning, you know what I mean? There's positives, there's negatives, there's give and take. No matter what you do, there's give and take. So, come on, even growing grass. You know what I mean? I mean lawn grass. There's give and take. You know, you want to fertilize for one thing, you're going to fertilize other stuff too that you might not want. You're going to kill crabgrass, well, you're also going to kill any kind of, regrowth or germination of existing grass. It's not going to happen. So, although things are changing a little bit for that. So, anyways, I think that's good. All right, everybody, again, like I said, if you haven't given a thumbs up on your way out, just go ahead and smash that like button. I'm out of here. I probably will come back later. Like I said, I'm just going to take a break. I can't sit in this chair anymore. I gotta go for a walk or something. So, all right. We will see you guys later. Thank you for coming to this COVID and Coffee episode 16. ARRMA Big Rock breakdown, repairs, and yeah, it's a third of the price. But man, I'm telling you, it's giving me more than a third in the Smiles for Miles. ARRMA Big Rock, baby. Get yourself